from yesterday's question?
Yes, let's start with yesterday's question. I must have already answered it, but let's see what it was.
Okay. How do I stop shuttling, or does it come with the flow?
No. You have recognized since childhood that there are these two eyes on me. You have recognized since childhood that there is this witnessing awareness field in which there is this body. That is why you had to be taught again. Mommy used to take the little kid's hand and place it here and say, this you should say is I. And say, this is you. This is mommy. This is daddy. Say, this is I. You were taught. Do you remember that? Yeah. If mommy said, is Ekta hungry? I would say, yes, Ekta is hungry. No, you say, I am hungry. Don't say Ekta is hungry. You were taught to not address yourself in the third person. Do you remember that? Yes, all this is taught to me because naturally I am there. Naturally I am the witness. I've always been the witness. I never took Ekta as myself. Yeah, but it had to be taught to me. No, this is I and this is you. Again and again I used to be taught, this is I. You don't say Ekta is hungry, you say I am hungry. Yeah. So remember those days when you broke your first toy, the first time you broke a toy. You never felt that I did it. Yeah, mommy came and taught you, no, you must take responsibility. You have broken it. No, but I never broke it. You dropped a glass and broke the glass. You never felt I did it. If mom asked you, did you do it? You would say, no, I didn't. No, now you stand, you are grounded, stand facing the wall. And till the time you don't accept that you did it, yeah, then till that time you are grounded. So you were forced into believing, I am the doer, I am the experiencer. Do you remember this? You will know you were here all the time. That is why if you train even a 6 or 7-year-old, even today, and ask them, do you recognize there are these two eyes really looking at you, whatever you are doing, and hence you cannot do wrong? A 6, 7-year-old will definitely say, yes, I notice there is something watching me. Talk to your child and see. Then you will realize, oh, this is natural. This is the way I always was. It's not something that has happened now. I always was like that. When this starts becoming evident, oh yes, this was always there. I don't have to stop shuttling. I have to stop believing that I am this waker. And this strength will come the more I stay at the periphery with my reality. It cannot come by some practice. It cannot come by chanting something. It cannot come by sitting and memorizing some words. It cannot come by running and chasing Ekta or any guru in this waking world. It's the waking world that is the problem. So it cannot come from the waking world. It has to come from within. I need to turn within. I need to look within, yeah, which comes only in Samadhi or in Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. If you've not even reached the point where you can sit in Samadhi for an hour or so, at least just simply sit and be the witness. Be the witness of the body and allow this body to disappear. The body does not sit to meditate or do Samadhi. The body sits still so that it can get out of the way and disappear. The body arising is not felt after some time. There is just that vast expanse of nothingness. In that a thought comes and goes, a feeling comes and goes, the body arising appears and disappears. Yeah, that recognition is very important. Oh, I am that vast expanse. You don't need to do any technique for that. Just sit and simply be. Simply be. and observe. Have the astute observation like the Buddha. How would Buddha see? Observing everything. Oh, the breath came and it went. Suddenly this thought came and it went. That feeling arose and it disappeared. That sensation in the body appeared and disappeared. Now there is nothing. Oh, there another thought came. It disappeared. Oh, now there is nothing. Oh, sensation came. It disappeared. Oh, now that fight that I had with my family member, all that memory came back. It played for a little while. It disappeared. Again, there is nothing. This recognition of knowing exactly which arising is there is called mindfulness. The energy is focused on every arising. There is knowledge of every arising. Not a single arising is missed. This is called mindfulness. And what is meditation? When I come to the nothingness, my ability to hold on to the nothingness and just stay there, ignoring everything else that can pull me away, that is meditation. What is samadhi? When I recognize that all these arisings are mere thoughts, including I. When all this is just mere thoughts and all these thoughts can be ignored and I still am. I am the not I, devoid of the I sense. That is samadhi. So you got the difference between the three? Mindfulness, meditation and samadhi. These are stages. When these stages get deeper and deeper, your samadhi gets deeper and deeper, you come to a point naturally where you recognize your true self. Then there is no question of I should not shuttle. You realize I never shuttled. It was only a wrong belief that I am Ekta. I was never Ekta. It's not that in the beginning I was Ekta, then I was not Ekta, then I believed to be Ekta, and then I believed I'm not Ekta, and then I got over Ekta. No, there is no such confusion. From the beginning to the end, Ekta is an illusion. I was never Ekta, I am not Ekta now, and I can never be Ekta. So there is no question of shuttling. Do you see this? Yeah, it is only a belief. That belief needs to be removed. I need to quit pretending to be Ekta. I'm using the word Ekta, that is the name of this form. You use the name of that form for yourself. You recognize that I was never this body-mind person. Never. It's only a belief that I need to give up. And why give up? Because it's hindering me from seeing my true existence. Who am I? Who am I? Yeah? Ramana Maharshi has very beautifully explained in just 28 questions. We'll be beginning the Who Am I recorded weekly sessions in January if you're interested in joining. They're just 28 questions that he's answered. And so beautifully he has brought out the truth that you are Turiya and you are Turiyatita. Just in 28 questions. They're just questions and answers, questions and answers. And he's laid down an entire process to show you who you truly are. It's not that I have to become Turiyatita. No, I am Turiyatita pretending to be Ekta. I have to just stop pretending to be Ekta. Is this becoming clear? Yeah? This is the way he has explained it. You just stop pretending. You remove this mask. Enough, the game is over. You played enough in the world, and because of your playing, you suffered enough. Do you realize that? There's enough dukkha. We are done with the dukkha. If you're really done with it, you want to experience some more, then play a little more. Come back in 5 years to Jnana Sangha. We will be here, don't worry. The website is still going to be free. It's available for you. You go play in that world. Recognize that you are just a worm wallowing in pus. You're going round and round and round in that dirty muck, in that same sorrow. When you're done with it, you come back again. Don't worry, we are here. Even if the body ekta has disappeared, the videos are there for you. The knowledge is the same. Yeah. So, you become clear that this is dukkha. That is the most important point. Till you don't become clear this is dukkha, you are going to be confused that you are this body-mind person. Is that clear? So the prerequisite to stop shuttling is to see that your waking world is dukkha, your spouse is dukkha. Dukkha, you understand, no? Sorrow. Your spouse is nothing but the deliverer of sorrow. Your son or daughter is sorrow. Your waking world of name, fame, money, millions of dollars, all is sorrow. All of it is sorrow. When you see that, then only are you ready to turn away. Do you recognize it? Will I turn away if I think it is not sorrow? Yeah. That is your situation. You still think there is joy in the world. Okay, go play. Play. Play with the spouse, play with your children, play with your parents. Regret it, get bugged of it, look for permanent happiness and get only temporary pleasures, and then pleasures come with the tail of pain, and then keep going in that vicious cycle of wishing the pain should go away and only pleasures should stay. And finally, after you do a little bit of chunky piecing, going round and round in that vicious cycle, you will wake up. You will eventually wake up. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like that hamster on a wheel. I'm going nowhere. This is silly. Yeah? Then you will turn within. Is that clear? Yeah? So you must see that it is dukkha. Ekta seeing that it is dukkha will not suffice. You must see that it is dukkha. It's a question to ask yourself. Honestly, do I really see my spouse, my child, my parent, my friend, my money, my house, my car, my belongings, all of these as just dukkha? That is the question you must ask yourself. When you see it as sorrow, as dukkha, then you turn within. ठीक है?
This is a question on SNGS. At times, when SNGS becomes intense, mind becomes hyperactive throughout the night. There is no sound sleep, and the next day there is fatigue experienced by the waker.
All stories. All stories. It's a story created, first of all, that it's starting from the belief that the waker is going to sleep and is going to see the dream and is going to see the deep sleep. Can the waker even come to the deep sleep or dream stages? No, the waker disappears at the end of waking. This is just a story you have created. And that is why you create another story now, because the waker did all this work in the dream and deep sleep and saw this and saw that. Now the waker is now restless the next day at work, has not got enough sleep. No. Not at all. You've just created a very nice Manohar Kahani, Alice in Wonderland story. No. At the end of the waking, the waker naturally disappears. Even if you want, the waker cannot stay. It's impossible. How much ever you pressurize the waker, I am going to sit with a book and sit and study the whole night, you will not be able to stop the waker from disappearing. Ask all these late night owls, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, what happens? How much can you keep your eyes open and look at that screen? No, you cannot. The waker must disappear. That is the rule. It's called niyati. That's the way it is designed. You cannot change it. The waker disappears at the end of the waking. Then who is there that notices the dream, who recognizes the absence in deep sleep? It is the witness. The witness never slept anyways. So who's creating this whole story of being restless the next day at work and not 100% there? It's all story. All story. These are the things that you have to give up. You have a belief, I am this body, and this body-mind person is going to see in dream and deep sleep. That is wrong. Yeah, you have to start the practice in waking. Your practice is weak in the waking. Right now, can you see you are at the periphery, knowing the waker sitting in the center? Whatever the waker is doing. The waker is drinking water, waker is writing notes, waker is doing this to the hair, nodding, waker is wearing the headphones, removing the headphones. Whatever is happening, do you recognize you're the peripheral witnessing field, knowing the waker doing all this activity in the center? There. That is the one that has never slept. Can you say space sleeps in the night? It's like saying that. How silly. How silly is that? Yeah, so, the witness, you are that witness, you never sleep. It is the waker that disappears. It doesn't sleep. It disappears. This is Advaitam language. There is really nothing like deep sleep. I think I told you yesterday or today, it is the waker that has coined the word deep sleep. Yeah. Why? It is in comparison to the somethingness of the waking that the waker said there is nothing in the deep sleep. Yeah. So the waker has coined the word deep sleep. But there is nothing like deep sleep. There are just slices of 3 states. A state where there is arisings bombarding, which we call the waking. A second state where the arisings are slower. That is why we see the truth easier in the dream compared to the waking. And a third stage where all the arisings are switched off. It's like a dimmer switch. Here it is full, the intensity is high. Then here it is dimmed down in dream, and finally it is completely off in deep sleep. It is one. There are no 3 states in reality. It's a story that the waker has created. This is another conditioning you will overcome when you recognize I am Turyatita, Soham Asmi. I am that. Yeah. Om. Aham Brahmasmi. This recognition takes away all these silly beliefs. You'll stop calling this the waking, dream and deep sleep. And then where does your story stand next day? Oh, I was all restless next day. I didn't get enough sleep in the night. No, there's no point of that because there's nothing like sleep. This waking up to this truth. Waking up to this truth is called awakening or enlightenment. That's it. It's only awakening to what already was. You're not creating something new. It always was. Clear? So remove this belief, this idea that I am the waker that sleeps, I am the waker that has to see the dream and deep sleep, and I am the waker who didn't sleep soundly, therefore next day I'm restless at work. All stories. You have a zillion layers of conditioning created. Yeah? layer by layer, these will drop off. Just continue your sadhana. See your own true self. There's nothing greater than that.
The next question is about deep sleep absence. The deep sleep absence of waking and dream is in the retrospect, in the waking, when the blankness memory is remembered. Is this the correct seeing of deep sleep absence?
Yes, yes. In the beginning, this is correct. You're a beginner on the path of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. When I ask you what is there in deep sleep, you say there is nothing. Did you sleep soundly? Yes, I slept so soundly. Your smile tells me you found happiness there. Your words tell me you were so happy there. That means there was you there, knowing the happiness. Otherwise, why are you smiling right now, saying, I slept so soundly? Yeah, so happiness, your happiness memory, and the memory of nothing being there. That itself is proof for you, oh, I was there. Otherwise, who knows the happiness? Who knows the nothing? Who gave that answer? Oh, wow, I can follow that. Maybe I have the potential to get to that point where my witnessing awareness field strengthens so much that I see it. And you will. You will. Provided you turn away from the waking. This light is too dazzling. It's blinding. Yeah? Turning away means what? You're not running away from your family and friends and going and sitting on the Himalayas to practice Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. No, pointless. Your family and friends are here. They don't exist here. This doesn't exist really. You will come to that point also where there is nothing like the waking world. We do this in the Gurukuls. If you're interested, you can join Gurukul. There is nothing like the waking world. There are no people here. Ashtavakra Gita. There is no world out there. Gaudapada. Ajatavada says Ajata means unborn. Everything is unborn. It's just like a dream. In your dream, the tiger comes up. You can't say, oh, the tiger was born last night. It ate me. Then the tiger went and slept in a den and now the tiger has died. No, you just created a nonsense story. Rubbish. The tiger was never born. Ajata. The waking world was never born. It's an illusion that appears. It shines its dazzling light. Till the time you are captivated by this dazzling light, you will not turn away. You have to learn to turn away and look within. Then only can you sit in samadhi for an hour. That's the minimum. Beginning point is 1 hour. 20 minutes is not samadhi. 20 minutes is mental relaxation. Yeah? Breathing is not samadhi. Chanting a mantra is not samadhi. Yeah? Simply being the silent witness at the periphery and knowing what is happening at the center is the first step, mindfulness. From mindfulness, you go to the second step where you learn to hold on to the nothingness, the background. That is meditation. And a point comes when your meditation deepens to the level of samadhi, which only happens after the 1 hour mark. And with your level of distractions and gadgets and TV and drama and stuff going on, 2 hours for you. You have too much garbage in the mind. That garbage needs to quieten, come to a point where you actually recognize the emptiness, the blankness, the nothingness of the witness. Then only can you hold on to it. Yeah, that's why turning away is more important. So I don't have to sit 2 hours in samadhi. I have turned away from the world. Too high a price to pay. So all this mindless scrolling on the phone, on your tablet, unnecessary chit chat, not ready to just be with the mind, not able to tolerate boredom. These are all signs of somebody who cannot get to samadhi quickly. Start with basic things. Can I not do something? Not do. Not do. I don't have to see something. I don't have to listen to music. I don't have to talk. I don't have to eat. I don't need to keep the mind occupied in anything. Can I just be? As a kid, I used to play the game. I've told you in many sessions. I used to look at the seconds hand of the clock and see how long can I just be. How long can I just stare at that wall and stare at that? That is called an interest in your own self, an interest in understanding your own mind, an interest in challenging yourself and seeing, can I just be? I didn't know the meaning of what I was doing. I was a very little kid when I did that. Simply being, not doing. Simply being shows you that, oh, I don't need an identity of a doer to exist. I am. Even without doing, I am. Even without experiencing, I am. I simply am. And you just be with that amness, the nothingness. It's boring. So, I am that boredom. Just be with that. A point will come. Boredom is also a wave. It comes, it peaks, and it disappears. And there, you get absorbed into nothingness. There is no boredom there. There is no excitement there. There is simply beingness there. First sign of samadhi. By looking at the seconds hand of the clock. Not by any technique. That's how the samadhi began for me. No technique, no chanting, no mantra, no guru, no scripture, no Upanishads, nothing. Simply challenging, can I be? Can I be without that toy? Can I be without the doll? Can I just be? Ask yourself, can I just be? That will answer your question.
The next question. I recently saw the emergence of the sense of existence, but I cannot see the collapse of the sense of I. Can you please help?
No problem, no problem. See, it depends on your conditioning. There is a lot of attachment to identification in the dream. And in the last dream, there is so much attachment to the identification in the dream that you're not getting enough of the window of opportunity where the I is standing alone. From the last dream, there is complete collapse of the dream and the I happening all together. When it happens together, from your dream state, you're just slipping through deep sleep into Turiya. You're not getting a little window to see the I standing alone and knowing nothing. And that's okay. Don't work on the deep sleep state or the dream state. You're supposed to recognize what is the identification in the waking that is so strong, that is working like an obstacle in my seeing. There's some attachment, some dazzling light, and not necessarily it is something you love. It can be something you hate. He said this to me. How dare he say this to me? I am the mother. I am this. I am blah, blah, blah. How did that? One identification is sufficient. And if for years you've been not talking to him or her, just because of that one little identity of the mother, the father, whatever, that is serving as a hook, as an obstacle, not allowing you to recognize that I am the fourth. Yeah, the The question is, I have not recognized I am the fourth when there is the collapse. I recognize the arising. Arising is easy to recognize for those who are starting out. You can write this down. The arising of the I from Turyatita is easy. Now, why is it easy? Because I immediately recognize I am, and then there is that dream, whatever the dream is. It can be a verbal dream, it can be a visual dream. There are two different types of dreams. I hope that's very clear. You're not always seeing a sight. Sometimes it is just words, just thoughts in word form. Yeah, that's called a verbal dream. So sometimes it's just a verbal dream, sometimes it's just a visual dream. When this occurs, before that you got a moment to see I am. Yeah? That is easier than seeing the collapse. The collapse is seen when your identification has weakened. And identification weakens first in the dream. That's why I say it's easier to work on the dream than to work on the waking. In the dream, you suddenly recognize, oh, I am dreaming. How many of you have recognized in your dream that you're dreaming, and the dream disappears? Fantastic. So that's it. You can recognize this. Who knew that this is a dream? Yeah. Who knew? It is the one that is witnessing the dream. So I am not the dream character or the dream world story, whatever the content of your dream was, but I am the one who was witnessing the dream. Wow, that's beautiful. That's a great recognition. This witness now automatically continues after the last dream, provided your identification in the dream is not very strong. Yeah? And that identification can be found in the waking. So you find the identification you are holding on to. Little tip I'll give you, it is mostly an aversion, not so much a craving. Mostly an aversion. 90+% of the people who've had identification issue as an obstacle, it is usually an aversion. 10% of the people have some craving. You understand aversion and craving, no? Aversion, I don't like you, why did you do this to me? This is wrong, you cannot speak like this, you cannot do this. Craving, oh, I have a lot of attachment to my child, my son, my daughter, oh, I cannot be without them, or my spouse, I cannot be without him or her. That is craving. Clear? It's usually a dvesha, not so much a raga. Identify, work on it in the waking. Ask yourself, is this obstacle worth it? It's preventing me from seeing the truth. Is this worth it? Is he or she worth it? You decide. When you start turning away from them, then that dazzling captivation dwindles. It dims down, fades away. And you will see. You will see the arising of the I, the collapse of the I. In that little window, there will be a recognition. Who knew? Who knew the collapse and who knew the arising? In the same window. Initially, it might not happen. Sometimes you see the collapse, sometimes you see the arising. But a point will come in the same window, in the same cycle. I call it a mega cycle. That's another topic. You can do it in Guru Tattva Drishti book. And that mega cycle, I see very clearly, okay, I am that which is beyond. So I know myself on account of the collapse of the I and the re-arising of the I. You cannot know yourself directly. Pure consciousness cannot be perceived. Pure consciousness cannot be seen. It is not a light. It is not a halo. It is not wings and you flying in the sky. All that is utter rubbish, nonsense for the kids' comics. It's got nothing to do with reality. Reality is simply the sense of existing disappearing and the sense of existence reappearing. But who saw? Who saw it disappear? Who saw it reappear? So on account of the disappearance and reappearance, indirectly you know yourself. You cannot see yourself. I hope I have really emphasized this multiple times, so it's very clear you're not going back with all airy-fairy stories. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully I answered your question.
The next question. The sense of I is a thought. So how does the sense of I is a thought. I will rephrase. The sense of I is a thought. So how can a thought know the arisings?
The thought has not known it, has projected it. You project a dream tiger. Don't you know the dream tiger? Yeah, projection is an illusion I project. I have projected my entire world. Yes, and how this has come about to me, I have explained in detail in Adhyasa Drishti book. It is based on Adi Shankaracharya's Adhyasa Bhashya, superimpositions. So this is an altogether different topic. Superimposition will take a long time to explain it. You can read it in that, or I have done Adhyasa Bhashya videos. I think they are already available online. You can watch them. There is a superimposition that happens on Turyatita. It starts thinking, I am, but it doesn't know who am I. And this little confusion of not knowing who am I is a basis enough to start projecting, am I this, am I this, am I this, am I this? So we have been created as a little preview of the whole movie, really. I can project a tiger in the dream, and I can project a romantic dream. I can project a family drama, and I can project the most compassionate dream. How? Just out of desire. From where does this desire come? It's Turyatita's desire, Jijivisha. That's how I actually began this weekend session. Jijivisha, the desire to exist that is there, brings up the sense of I am. Not knowing the answer to who am I brings up the desire to experience who am I. In order to experience who am I start projecting illusions. Am I this? Am I this? Am I this? It begins with the first dream after deep sleep. I'm not satisfied with what I am in the first dream. That dream drops. Again, I project another dream. I'm not satisfied with what I am in that dream. That drops. Again, I project another. And this continues till I realize the dream is incapable of satisfying me. And then I project even strongly in the waking. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, thought, feeling, sensations are the 8 projections of the waking. When you come to Gurukul, we do this in depth. You start working on each of them. You recognize these are my attachments. You journal how they create obstacles for you. And you come to a point where you start working on overcoming them. Clear? So recognize the issue is right at Turyatita level. I am Turyatita. The rest is all illusion. And the illusion is nothing but superimposition, one on top of the other, one on top of the other. Turyatita thinks I am, that is the superimposition, Turya. Turiya thinks I am this, that is the superimposition, dream state. It's not satisfied by the dream state. It says, okay, maybe I am this. That is the waking state. It says, oh, I'm tired of this waking and dream. It doesn't satisfy my answer of who am I. It projects the absence of waking and dream. That is the deep sleep. And these go on. I gave you at a very high level what is superimposition. Yeah, but these are at very delicate, fragile, very subtle layers of projection. All this I have explained in Adhyasa Drishti book. I just gave you the whole book in 2 minutes. Yeah. Adhyasa means superimposition. It was given by Adi Shankaracharya.
Ektaji, you mentioned at the beginning that you will be sharing the steps of the SNGS.
Huh.
So that was the question.
Okay, so let's do that. Those who need to write it down. Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana means wake, dream, sleep, wisdom that enables the effacement of conditioning. Effacement means, take a duster and you wipe the blackboard and it wipes away everything. That is called effacement, erasement. Yeah, so wake, dream, sleep, wisdom that enables the effacement of conditioning. The belief I am Ekta is only a belief. It is a conditioning. I was not born with it. Mama taught me, no, you do your hand this way and say I am Ekta. Don't say Ekta is hungry, say I am hungry. It's acquired learning. I've acquired it. Yeah, it's not innate to me. What is innate to me? There are these two eyes that I see are looking at this body. That is where I am. Yeah, that was innate to me. The witnessing is innate to me. So I begin from that which I truly am, not what I pretend to be. Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana begins there. So number 1, waking. In the waking, again and again, wherever you are, doesn't matter whether you're at home or in office, and grocery store, driving the car, doesn't matter what you're doing. You stay here and know what is happening center stage. Completely dissociate from the body-mind person and become the witness of the body-mind person. You will slip because you're so used to being the person. I am somebody, I am somebody. Recognize when you are here, there is a stiffness, an ego, a hardness within. And when you zoom out from here and you go to the periphery, there is a softness, a subtleness, a kind of lightness there. That's how you will start recognizing, oh, am I at the body level or am I at the witness level? This is the first level of recognition. Second level, you start staying at the witnessing level in the most difficult situations for you. Big fight going on in the family with the family member. Yeah? Zoom out. I'll tell you something, it is the easiest to do at that time. Why? Because you don't want to be in a fight. Naturally, you don't like conflict. You don't like anger, you don't like hatred, you don't like being jealous. You zoom out and you will notice you'll zoom out in a jiffy because you don't want to be angry. And then you'll realize as if the waker is speaking angry words of its own accord and I am watching the waker from a distance. That is your foot into the door. What is the foot into the door? Recognizing the distance, the natural distance between the witness and the waker. You just need to get your foot into the door. Once your foot is into the door, then it becomes very easy after that. Then all the time you can stay as the witness. And naturally you will be the witness. Many times you must have noticed that if you go to a funeral, somebody's dead, everybody's crying, but you're not feeling like crying. You're not involved there. You're somehow zoomed out. Have you realized that? It's the difficult situations that actually enable you to go back to your witnessing awareness level naturally, spontaneously, without even making an effort. Then somebody in the family says, come on, he was your friend and all. You're just standing there. Aren't you feeling anything? And then, oh, okay, I have to cry. You pretend, you become this body-mind person, you become the relative, the friend or whatever. You're pretending. inside there is a dvandva going on. Dvandva means conflict. A conflict is going on. I'm pretending to cry. I don't feel like crying. I am not really sad. But I'm showing there is sadness, and there is this thing going on within you. It's at a very subtle, quiet level. You'll only notice it as a restlessness if you're not astute enough to the inner environment. Many times the child has broken his knee, and you're just taking care of the child, taking him to the hospital and all. You're not shaken at all. Have you noticed? That is the witnessing awareness field. In the difficult situations, you'll zoom out very easily because you don't want to be angry, be hateful, be sad, whatever. So zoom out, again and again, zoom out and come to your natural state. It's harder now, in fact. Do you notice it? You keep slipping back to the body-mind because the body-mind is sitting quietly and listening to knowledge. You want to be the good spiritualist. So when there is a want, there is a slipping in. When there is a don't want, there is a quick zooming out. Use those situations to practice. Use those situations to practice. And then once it becomes strong in the waking, you have to continue doing it. You can't say, oh, I did it for 10 minutes on Sunday morning when she told me I'm done. No. 24/7 witnessing. 24/7, that's where the goal is. I must get there. That continuous witnessing, that is where my goal is. I slip, I get lost, again I come back, again I slip, I get lost, I come back. Doesn't matter. 1,000,000 times I slip, 1,000,000 times come back to the witnessing in the waking. Waking is clear? Once I get established here, it will automatically seep into the dream and deep sleep. I don't have to do anything. There's nothing to do after that. Your Sakshi Bhav is not strong in the waking. That is why it's weak in dream and deep sleep. It's that simple. It's like water. Water trickles, no? Through and through. It will trickle into the dream. Suddenly you will start recognizing, I recognize when there is a dream and the dream collapses. Again another dream begins, I know it and it collapses. Oh, I'm not seeing many dreams now. Not that I'm unaware of the dreams. No. I see the dream collapse. That's the difference. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're unaware, then you've not developed your Sakshi Bhav yet. I see the dream collapse. That is the meaning of I am witnessing more and more in the dream state. I don't have much dream content left. Something started, some nonsense story, and I recognized I am witnessing and it collapsed. Soon a point will come where you will recognize the most important thing, the I standing alone after the last dream has collapsed. It knows there is nothing, there is nothing, there is nothing. This is the memory of deep sleep that you bring out. This is precious. There's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing. And a point will come, it doesn't like to stand alone. It also rests. It abides in its glory. It collapses. It disappears. What disappears? That sense of I exist disappears. That's it. It does not speak in words. It does not say I. It's just a sense. Be very clear. It's just a sense I exist. And that, boof, it's gone. And suddenly, boof, it's back. And that is why there is no time in deep sleep. You do not know how long you slept. Was it 1 hour? Or was it 3 hours? Was it 5 hours? You have no idea. Because there is no time in deep sleep. Boof, it disappeared. Something new it disappeared. Boof, it came back. Something knew it came back. What knew? That is Turyatita. This completes one cycle of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. I went from waking to dream to deep sleep to Turyavastha, and then the Turya collapsing and the recognition of Turyatita. Yeah? This is one side of that cycle. Now the same cycle repeats on the way out. Yeah? The way out, there is a recognition, Turya arose. Turya is nothing but the sense of I exist. Nothing else. There is no name there. There is no form, no dream, nothing there. Just the sense of I exist and I am knowing nothing. And there is a little restlessness, which I have explained before. There is a restlessness that the I does not like to stand alone and it projects a dream. Am I this? That restlessness is the tanha in Pali, Trishna in Sanskrit, thirst in English. The thirst to know who am I. Projects a dream, it's not satisfied with the dream, and it projects the waking. But even the waking cannot last too long. How much ever you say, I'm not going to sleep tonight, I am going to sit up and watch movie after movie, a point will come where the waker disappears. The waking state must end. And the cycle continues. Waking, dream, deep sleep, Turya, Turyatita, back from Turyatita to Turya to deep sleep to dream, back to waking. Continues. Clear? So, work on your witnessing. This is just a preliminary instruction. I have not spoken about the knowledge and the wisdom that comes out of all this. All that you will do in your Gurukul when you join. You will do it in your journals. You will see something, you will write in the journals, we'll discuss. If there is an issue, we'll have a one-on-one, we'll dive deeper into it. If I see that you're on the wrong track, I will clear out all your wrong ideas and Manohar Kahaniyas, all your Alice in Wonderland stories, and help you just see the truth as it is. And that's what Gurukul is for. More of a one-on-one, more of journaling, more of going deeper into this wisdom. So if you're interested in joining Gurukul, we have Gurukul beginning in 2026 after the new year. An announcement will be sent out. If you're interested in joining, see that you submit 6 exams. You have to earn your way to Gurukul. It is monetarily free, so you have to pay through sincerity. Pay with your sincerity, your earnestness. You prove it to me that yes, you're really earnest, you're really committed. Otherwise, why should I give you my time if you're not committed enough? This Sunday or here next Sunday you're enjoying? No. Gurukul means no misses. You will not miss a single session, come what may. Like that. If you have that kind of commitment, that kind of earnestness to know yourself, and you need a little bit of help from somebody to journal, to stay committed on the path, to come what may, not get off track, then you can join the Sangha. Okay. I hope I gave all the instructions on Jnana Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana.
There are more questions, Ekta ji.
Okay.
Can the Turyatita be recognized during the waking and dream, when eyes stay at the periphery in complete stillness?
Yes, only after you see it in Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana and Samadhi. Not before that. Before that, it's a mental idea. You have to see. To be able to see, the waker needs to get out of the way. The dream character needs to get out of the way. The idea of I am absent in deep sleep needs to get out of the way. So much conditioning. All this is conditioning, and I'm just explaining as 3 points of conditioning. There are 3,000 points actually. There are layers and layers under waking, layers and layers under dream, and layers under deep sleep conditioning. All these need to get out of the way for me to see I am the fourth. Once I see I am the fourth, then only can I see, oh, even the fourth drops away and I am beyond the fourth. So the easiest, fastest way is Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. You have to only sleep, you don't have to do anything. Sleep with awareness, so easy. Once you see it there, it automatically seeps into your samadhi. Ask the people who come to the retreats, they automatically start seeing it in samadhi. Buddha, in fact, has a proper jhana 9 where there is the collapse of the eye. A proper defined jhana 9. Obviously, it comes after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You learn all these jhanas and you come to jhana 9 and there, poof. Oh, it was so easy to see. It's just conditioning that is in the way, nothing else. The belief that I am this body, that is in the way, nothing else. Yeah? Once you come to that seeing in Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana and Samadhi, then it never leaves you. Then you say Turyatita here. But right now, you cannot see it. You are having a problem seeing witnessing field. You are having a problem seeing Turiya here right now. So Turyatita is a long journey, darling. Have patience with yourself. Be compassionate and kind to yourself. Give yourself that much time to overcome conditioning. And you will get there.
The next question. I have witnessed arisings of attachments to the past regrets in the past few days during the SNGS. And since these are strong impressions, any suggestions on what to do before going to bed or after waking up?
I think I gave it in this last retreat in Texas. You can do the process called Pratikraman. If there's a lot of guilt and regret, you're going to be stuck as I am the waker. You're going to be stuck as the body-mind person. Yeah? So first work on forgiveness. It's a special meditation that I teach in the retreats. When you come, you learn that. But in short, it's like working on forgiving yourself for torturing yourself by repeating all those thoughts. He said this, she said this, that happened, blah, 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 blah. I am torturing myself. No, he has already said it and left. He's not even here. I'm supposed to be lying in bed and going to sleep, but I'm tossing and turning. He said this, he shouldn't have said this, blah, blah, blah. So first you have to forgive yourself. It's a special kind of meditation where you start from the heart and you forgive yourself, then you forgive that person. I know you have hurt me, but I forgive you not for you, but for me. Because I'm torturing myself thinking about you. Yeah? And then you forgive that person also for your own self. And that's how you work on forgiveness. And then there's a higher level of meditation called kindness meditation, metta, where you just send kindness to yourself after that. And anything that comes up, when you sit with your eyes closed, obviously at the end of the day, things will come up. This happened, then that happened, then that happened. Everything you forgive, let go, send kindness to yourself, feel soft, and then allow the waker to lie down. He'll disappear in an instant. Try to do it on your own. If it doesn't work, then come to a retreat. Retreat teachings are also free. You're only paying the venue. Ekta is doing charity. No, venue is not doing charity. So they need their business for your accommodation and food. You're only paying the venue for accommodation and food. So come to the retreat, I'll teach you there.
This is a question when waking up from deep sleep directly into the waking, because there's an alarm set. How do I, when I go from deep sleep to waking, first the I thought or the I sense comes up, and I see the world arising at that time. How does one see the I sense arise from deep sleep and then proceed to the dream state?
It cannot be done with an alarm. Cannot be done with an alarm. You're forcing yourself out. with an alarm, and you don't know whether you will be in the dream state, whether you will be in the deep sleep state, whatever time, 6 a.m. alarm. You don't know at 5:55 are you in the deep sleep state, are you in the dream state, or are you already in the waking? You have no idea, right? That alarm just pulls you out. This needs to be done without an alarm. So in case of some people who really need to wake up early and are not confident they will wake up early for work, you must find a way to do Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana and an afternoon nap. 10 minutes nap it can be. Even at your desk in office you can do it. And just boof, get wiped out. It'll bring you, actually re-energize you for the afternoon work in office. But that is only a side product. The main thing is, in short naps, it's easier to see the eye come up. And if that's not possible because of your office schedule, then weekends, Saturday, Sunday. And you might get lucky someday, before the alarm rings, you have already awoken. And then you have naturally come out from the deep sleep to dream to waking. That is called the biological clock. You can tell yourself in the night, may I wake up by 5:55 if it's a 6 o'clock alarm. May I wake up naturally by 5:55 and allow the waker to lie down. Every night do it. Even if you fail, you just continue doing it. You'll fail, you continue doing it, and a point will come where the biological clock sets in. You will wake up naturally 5 minutes before the alarm. And a point will come you will not need alarms anymore. Right now you're just nervous. Oh, I have to get to office, I have to do this, I have to do that. That nervousness is speaking. But once the biological alarm sets in, all this nervousness goes away. It fades away, takes a back seat. Okay.
Next question. What is the basis of projection? Who is in whose projection?
There is nobody in the world. There is not even Ekta. They are not there. I am not here. Everything is your projection. You wanted to hear this wisdom. Hence you have projected this knowledge session in which there is some figure giving you this knowledge. Immediately after the session is over, everything is going to get wiped off. Do you realize the wiper of the now? All the knowledge fizzles out, everything is gone. If you've not made notes, you won't remember anything. It will be like an amnesia attack. You will remember one sentence from verse 10, one sentence from verse 17. You will do a hodgepodge of knowledge. Yeah, this is because of the magic of the viper of the now. That's why I insist you must make notes. Now, once you start understanding, everything is getting wiped. It comes up like a wave and it gets wiped. It comes up like a wave, it gets wiped. I think I remember it. Yes, I remember everything. Okay, start speaking, start teaching, let's see. You will not be able to say more than 2-3 sentences. And those 2-3 sentences will also be a big hodgepodge. Yeah. So start recognizing it's an illusion. It's an illusion. If it were reality, there would have been no option of forgetting it. If it were reality, it would be a permanent straight line. It is not. It is waves that appear, disappear, appear, disappear, appear, disappear. It is all an illusion. It is projected. Projected by what? By that jijivisha which says, I know who I am. I know I am, but I don't know who am I. That starts projecting desires. Yeah, this is defined properly in Adhyasa Drishti book. Brahman itself knows itself. It says, oh, I am. But who am I? That itself is a desire. That desire is the root desire. Yeah? The first cause it is called. And the first cause. It has not been caused by something else. It is the first cause. And that first cause projects the rest of the story. I think I covered the first cause in the earlier verses, right? Okay. All the Ishavasya videos are online. Revise that. You will recognize that is where the projection comes from. The first cause.
This is the last question, Ektaji. Can you please explain memory is in the periphery?
Memory is in the periphery because the witnessing is at the periphery. Yeah? What is the quality of the witness? Is the body knowing the witness, or is the witness knowing the body? Recognize that. Where is knowingness happening? Who knows? Can the body know? Is it conscious and alive by itself to know the witness? No. Now go to the mind, because you have a concept, I am the mind, I am thought. Is a thought, a single thought, say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, say it in your mind. Is that thought conscious and alive enough to know the witness? Do you get it? What is the mind? Mind is nothing but one thought in any given instance. There is no box called the mind where you will find a bunch of thoughts. That is a silly story, yeah, for kids. Reality is there is only one thought. When there is a thought, there is nothing else. It's one arising in any given instance. The thought does not know the witness, but the witness knows there is a thought, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Can you see it? Is the thought knowing the witness, or is the witness knowing the thought? The witness is knowing the thought, just like the witness is knowing the body. That's how you recognize that which knows is here, and it knows that which is in the center. Now there is no real center and periphery. Ekta explains it poetically. She writes poetry. It's not like there is a circle, perfect circle, not an oval, but a circle, and at the periphery there is that. No. It's like space. It's inside and outside, above and below, everywhere. It's space. Call it witnessing awareness space. Remove the word periphery if that confuses you. Who knows? Oh, this witnessing space is knowing 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. The thought 2 plus 2 equal to 4 is not knowing the witnessing space. No. It's not conscious and alive by itself to know the witnessing space. Similarly, the witnessing space is knowing the body. The body is not knowing the witnessing space. Start seeing these things. Yeah, all this you see only if you're really inward turned. Huh? You cannot see it with some music going on and some web series on and you're scrolling mindlessly on gadgets. No, you have to be quiet and inward turned and really interested in inquiry. Then you see, oh yeah, this witnessing space is knowing the body. This witnessing space is knowing the mind. This witnessing space is knowing even a discovery. A scientist comes up with some hypothesis and it leads to a discovery. Ask the scientist, till yesterday you didn't have this hypothesis and today you have it. How is it possible? He will say, it came to me. Yeah, that is the honesty of a scientist. He says, it came to me means what? I don't know a thought before it arises. A thought arises, the wave has come almost 1/4 up, and then I recognize, oh, there is a thought in progress. And then the thought recedes. That's how the scientist says, it came to me. Now you start recognizing every arising is like that. I never know the arising before it is going to come up. Do you know what is your next thought going to be? Do you know what you're going to see next in the room? Are you going to look right or left or up or down? Every arising is a surprise. I never know it before it appears. Yeah, so who's knowing it? It's appearing in space, it's disappearing in space. This witnessing awareness space is what is knowing it. Yeah, and Ekta just calls it periphery because the arising, she says, is in the center. Again, poetry, poetic license. There is no periphery and center. In this space, witnessing awareness space, there is a thought that arises and disappears. There's the body arising, the feeling of the body that appears and disappears, and I feel, oh, I am this body. Yeah. Who's knowing? This is knowing this. Yeah. The periphery is knowing the center. That's how I call it, periphery and the center. So the witnessing awareness space is turiya. When the turiya collapses, who knows? That which was beyond turiya knows. So again, I use periphery at that level also, that you will, when you come to a retreat, then I say, I know that I am, and I know that I am not. When the I collapses, I am not. And I know that I am, the I is standing up tall. Clear? So this is just the poetic way that Ekta describes. There is waking, around that is the dream, around that is the deep sleep, around that is turiya, and around that is turiyatita. This is just a diagram that I use in Gurukul to explain how to see it, how to experience it in your direct seeing. So obviously, where is the knowingness? Knowingness is at the periphery. I hope I answered that clearly.
Sorry. A few folks had actually multiple questions. They had to prioritize one over the others in case we did not get time.
Okay.
Can we take a few more questions?
Two more? Two more.
You mentioned about karmic impressions or the conditioning to be erased, but karma does not exist. Then what does karma mean here?
Karma means a belief. If I believe it, I will experience the result of it. If I don't believe it, I will not experience the result of it. Simple. If I believe I am the doer, I will believe I am the experiencer of the results of the doing. If I don't believe I am the doer, it's not a belief, you have to see that you are not the doer. When you see you are not the doer, you also see that I am not the one experiencing the results of any doing, because there is no doing. Very simple equation, but very high level. I hope you got it. Yeah. Karmic impressions are created the more you attach intention and I there. Directly from Buddha's Sutta. I is identity or identification. The turiya comes up and identifies I am Ekta. So identity has happened with this person speaking knowledge. So identification is there. The moment there is identification, it is asmita. I have forgotten my true self. I have worn a costume and now I believe that I am the costume. I have forgotten who I am. Voluntarily, willingly, I have forgotten who I am. I have taken on a false identification of Ekta. Now, once I take on this false identification of Ekta, I have attachment or belongingness to everything that belongs to Ekta. That is called mamata. Yeah, so the first stage is asmita. Second stage is mamata. The more I have attachment to every belonging of Ekta in the waking world, I will have doership towards that. See, I did this, that's why I got this. I did that, that's why I got that. Yeah, that's called karta, that's the third stage. And then comes finally the fourth stage, bhukta. Whatever I do, I experience the results of that. Where did it all begin? Identification. Turiya forgot itself and identified with the body-mind person. Yeah, this is a short snippet of what we do at the retreats. We dive deeper into each of asmita, mamata, karta and bhukta. And you recognize, oh, at these levels is where identification multiplies. Yeah? And all this is because I don't know the answer to the question, who am I? One stroke, one answer if I find, with that one stroke I can cut everything. Asmita, mamata, karta, bhokta. One stroke is sufficient. And that is the recognition of being turyatita, beyond turya. Okay? So your answer lies in recognizing that false identification and breaking away from that illusion again and again. Because illusion is captivating, you will slip back to that belief. I am this person. Again you have to go back to remember yourself. Yeah? Krito smaram. Again you'll slip, again you go back. Again you'll slip, again you go back. Yeah? You must keep going back. Self-remembrance is very important on the spiritual path.
In this question, this person has given an example of him and his friend going in a train, and he sleeps and his friend is seeing him sleep. And when the friend sleeps, he is seeing the friend sleep. So the question is, how can I say the body is not in sleep? Because his friend can see him sleep, and vice versa.
So, but where's the friend giving that testimony that you were asleep and I saw the waker lying in bed? Where is your friend limited to? Wish I could talk directly to you. Do you realize that your friend is limited to your waking world? And your friend... Huh?
Yes, I realize. It means I can only know that when I am in my sleep.
Correct. Correct. So you are limited. Your friend is limited to the waking. The waking is your own projection. You have projected a friend like that. The waking is your own projection. You are beyond, the one that has projected that to happen. So you can only get that much testimony of what you have projected. It is your desire that your friend sees you lying down and sleeping and gives you the testimony that you are sleeping. All this drama is only limited to the waking. Could your friend come to the dream? No. Could your friend come to your deep sleep and give you testimony there? No. Yeah, that is why this path is called the path of direct seeing. I will not assume. I will only follow that which I see directly. No deductive logic. Deductive logic, be nice to your neighbor will be nice to you, life will be hunky-dory. Be nice to your family, wife, children will be nice to you, everything will be hunky-dory. But do you see that? No, there is something else at play here. Something else at play. I have a fear, I'm going to get fired very soon. You will get fired from your job. There is something else at play here. Yeah, that's when you start seeing something else is happening. I am projecting my fears and those fears get realized. I project my cravings get realized. So there is something beyond the waking that the friend cannot come and see, but I can realize it. And that's when you start working beyond. Beyond means at the mind level you'll have that flash of being fired. Very soon you're getting fired at work. You have the flash of getting some accolade, some award, and very soon you're getting that award. Yeah? And you'll start recognizing there is a link between the subtle and the gross. There is a link. Can I figure this out? Soon you will start seeing you have the power to project. The more you turn inwards, you cannot do this when you're outward turned. The more you get interested in yourself and dive deeper into the wisdom, that is the meaning of being inward turned. When you turn in and you start recognizing, the subtle projects the gross, the subtle projects the gross. And where's the subtle coming from? You start seeing it. It's coming from my own desire and my own fear. It's me only. The person is not angry. Nirbhay is not angry. I am anger. This is the highest recognition. There is the recognition of the seed that becomes the anger and is seen as an angry scene over there. Yeah, but you start recognizing, I am that seed. I am anger. I am hatred. I am that drama. I am the love. I am that passion. I am that compassion. You start going back, and you see, oh, where is this seed coming from? Does the seed belong to the fourth state, to the Turiya? And very clearly you will see Turiya collapses. Oh, it belongs to Turiyatita. You have to see, not believe Ekta. Please do not blindly believe Ekta. I have told you this a million times. See it. Start practicing Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Go deeper. This should be your number one priority. I want to find the answer to the question, who am I? Nothing else in the world is more important. Then only it means you have turned inwards. No, my children are important, my family is important, my money is important. Okay, go play. Bye-bye. Come back after 5 years. Once you realize this is dukkha, this is sorrow, what nonsense. I have been like a worm wallowing in the pus of sorrow. Then that yearning, that thirst makes you turn within. Yeah. So have that. Come to that point and then you will see. You will definitely see. But you cannot stand at the shore and say, Ekta, now teach me swimming. I am not jumping in till you teach me swimming. No, you have to jump in. 2-3 times your nose will go under the water. All the water will go in your lungs. You will be breathless. You will suffocate. You will really feel this is the end of life. And finally you will learn to float on top of the water. And you will be amazed. I can float? And finally you will flap your hands and legs and you will learn to swim. You cannot learn to swim from the shore, my darling. Jump in. Jump in. We'll get there. If you can understand this, you can definitely get it. You can definitely see it. Yeah, there are 3 stages, no? Yeah, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. Shravana is even just having the capacity to listen to something so heavy. Do you realize spiritual knowledge is supremely heavy? It's easy to watch a nonsense movie on Sunday. Yeah, but you took that time and gave it to understanding such a heavy topic, which is so hard, beyond the mind. Yeah, so you have strong Shravana Shakti. And that itself translates to Manana Shakti to figure out, do I see it? If I don't see it, why do I not see it? How does she see it? Then your questions come from Manana. All these questions that the host is reading out, these have come from your Manana Shakti. And that translates finally to Nididhyasa, where you actually dive in and I will make it a point that I see. That resolution should be there. And you will see. You will remove your dazzling light because Ekta doesn't know which is your dazzling light and your waking state, right? That which is blinding you. You will be able to remove that light. You will be able to remove your blinders and you will be able to see. For that, dive in. Stop standing at the shore. Okay? Begin your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. Okay, I think we are done with the last 2 questions. Yeah, I have also gone over your time, taken a lot of your Sunday. Yeah, I hope Ishavasya Upanishad is clear. Those who are coming to 2026 Gurukul and you attended all the Ishavasya Upanishad sessions in person, just take the exam. You'll have 2 papers, semester 1 and semester 2. 2 papers already in your caddy just by attending these sessions. Total of 6 papers you submit and you join Gurukul in January 2026. all the Gurukul instructions are there online, emails are usually sent out. So the others who don't know about Gurukul, you'll find out what it is. Yeah. For the people who are already in Gurukul, Ramadrishti group, we are moving on to the next verse this week. Guru Tattva Drishti group, I hope you've completed your semester 1 exam, your journal points, and the book club postings. Yeah, we are moving on to semester 2 this week. Atma Darshan group, I am waiting for the last 2 people to submit your exams. Yeah, come on, the others are also waiting. Everybody else has finished. So let's complete it quickly. I know I am that exam is long, but see that you complete I am that group. Please complete your exams quickly. And those who want to join me are, please feel free to join me in California. We have a Ramana Maharshi retreat coming up. It is a very interesting retreat. Yeah? It's on I, not just I, but on I. What is I? You come to the retreat to find out in California. If you are an absolute beginner of Buddha path and you want to do the Buddha beginners, that is in February, same in California. Both the retreats are happening in California and USA. And those who've joined us from India, I will see you at the India retreat. See that you're there. Yes? Even if you can just come for 3 days, that's sufficient. As a beginner, let's get started. Yeah? So there is a 3-day retreat, a 10-day retreat in India, and the people who are seniors are going to come to the 17-day retreat and 24-day retreat. Yeah, so I will see you soon. Instructions for people coming to the 17 and 24-day retreat in India, we will be moving to Viveka Level 2 journal. So please see that you procure another Viveka Level 1 journal and revise everything with your new understanding. Last year what you did was the old understanding. Yeah? Can you see the 10 degrees of seeing with this new understanding, whatever you have done in this year? Yeah? This is only for the seniors coming to the 17-day retreat and 24-day retreat. Those who are just coming to the 10-day retreat, you just get the Viveka Level 1 journal. You don't have to fill it up. I don't have too much instructions for you. And just do the I am that, chapter 1 at least. You should know how Nisargadatta Maharaj speaks. Very important. Yeah, those are the instructions for the India retreat, instructions for the California Ramana Maharshi retreat in December. We will be doing Viveka Level 1 journal. Yeah? Please procure that from Amazon and bring that along. It is a heavy topic, so it would be helpful if you do Ramana Maharshi's self-inquiry theory and self-inquiry practice. Not exams, just watch those videos. Understand at least what is I, according to Ramana Maharshi, and then I will take you to I in the California December retreat. Okay. And those who are coming to Buddha beginners in February, please procure the Buddha Level 1 journal. And seniors who've gone to higher levels of Satipatthana and Jhana, please write to me if you're coming and I'll tell you which journal you need to procure. All good? Journals have made my life very easy. Everything is structured now. Yeah, first it was just all over the place. So it gets very easy for you and for me. Okay, so I will see you either in your Gurukul sessions or at the retreats, and those who are neither in the Gurukul sessions and haven't been to the retreats, you can join a future retreat, or I will see you in the new Gurukul in 2026. Dive deeper into Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. May you all get to the highest truth. May you all realize that we are one. We are Turyatita. May you all get to Nispanda Chaitanya. Have a lovely Sunday. See you. Bye-bye.